Sergio Perez reaffirmed his status as king of the streets in Baku with a commanding victory, where he outdrove teammate Max Verstappen. Checo also won the sprint on Saturday, on a weekend where F1 used a new format, including a sprint shootout qualifying session to set the grid for the sprint. With so much action across the weekend, there was more opportunity for drivers to win or lose points. And with the 2023 Azerbaijan Grand Prix condemned to the history books and to be little thought about again, here are my driver ratings for the weekend. Of course, the top rated performer has to be Sergio Perez. He gets a 4.5, a superb weekend from the Mexican. The only minor blemish was not beating Verstappen on Friday in Grand Prix qualifying. But other than that, super work from Checo. Next is Charles Leclerc. He gets a 4. He delivered 2 excellent qualifying laps but had 0 defence against the speed of the Red Bulls in race trim. Up next is Oscar Piastri in the McLaren, who gets a 4. He battled illness all weekend. He finished 11th. He didn't crash at all, and others did find the wall. Max Verstappen gets a 3.5. The world champion appeared unhappy all weekend and was outperformed by his teammate in a straight fight. Lando Norris is next for McLaren, a top midfield drive once again with P9. He gets a 3.5. Also getting a 3.5 is Fernando Alonso. He progressed in both races. He mugged Carlos Sainz in the Grand Prix and then left him for dust. Lance Stroll gets a 3. It was a decent job from the Canadian after he kept George Russell behind. An error did allow Hamilton by, but he tidied himself up after that to keep the other Briton behind. Yuki Tsunoda's next. He gets a 3. He tends to excel in Baku, and another valuable point is delivered while Nick de Vries had a bit of a smashing time. Good job from the Japanese driver. Next is Mercedes' Lewis Hamilton. He gets a 2.5. Baku is a place where weird things tend to happen to Lewis, but a tidy recovery after that safety car misfortune. And behind Hamilton is his teammate George Russell, also getting a 2.5. He was bested for pace most of the weekend. Should he be disappointed with P8? Alex Albon's up next. He also gets a 2.5. He had good speed on the straights in the Williams, but unfortunately it wasn't meant to be for him or the team this weekend. Carlos Sainz gets a 2. Compared to Leclerc's pace, Sainz had a dreadful weekend. His 5th place was saved by the difficulty of overtaking, which is a bizarre thing to say on the streets of Baku. Esteban Ocon also gets a 2. He tried a Hail Mary strategy where he ran the whole race on hard tyres, but it was to no avail. He also had that near miss in the pit lane. Zhou Guanyu gets a 2 as well. He was hardly noticed until retirement. Kevin Magnussen also gets a 2. He was stuck in the Ocon Hulkenberg Express after his Friday troubles really hurt his weekend performance. Nico Hulkenberg also gets a 2, another Hail Mary strategy that didn't work out. Logan Sargent is another driver to get a 2. He had the speed this weekend, but his accidents are starting to pile up. Pierre Gasly had a rotten weekend. He gets a 1.5. If it could go wrong, it did go wrong for the Frenchman. Valtteri Bottas gets a 1.5 as well. What on earth is going on with Bottas? He's been nowhere since the start of the season. Another awful weekend. And last of all is Nick de Vries. He gets a 1. He totally smashed it twice. And here's the average driver rating table with Perez and Verstappen level at the top. As always, tell me if you disagree with any of my ratings in the comments. Give the video a nice big thumbs up, subscribe for more Grand Prix content, and thanks very much for watching.